smile. If you want to know more about I Know Yuki as well as Geek Fam, stay tuned because game number 2 is coming right after this. So don't you dare go anywhere. We'll be back with more action.
Hello, saya Naoki dari tim Geek Fam.
Hello, nama saya Mamparang daripada tim Yoodo Gang.
Saya Bosskurr daripada Bigetron.
大家好，我是 Team NoRecoil 的 Stone
Hello, I'm Kuza from VIP Squad.
Saya Han X daripada tim Bosskurr.
Ya, saya Emi Muhammad.
Hi guys, I'm Cucu Gaming.
Hello guys, saya Secret Go.
Hi, saya J Hunter.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the PMPL. My name's Contra and I am the caster as well as the operations manager for Resurgence. So as you all know that there is a virus spreading around which is the COVID-19. So here are some tips to stay safe during this critical moment.
So langkah yang pertama, korang kena basuh tangan selama 20 saat menggunakan air dan sabun.
Langkah kedua adalah menggunakan hand sanitizer bila anda tidak dapat membasuh tangan.
若没能洗手，可以使用含有酒精成分的消毒剂来洗手。
Nombor 3, elakkan memegang mata, hidung dan mulut korang ketika tangan korang kotor.
Jika batuk dan bersin, tutup mulut dan hidung menggunakan tisu.
Pakai mask jika anda pergi keluar ataupun anda pergi ke tempat yang ramai orang. Jika anda tidak pakai, sememangnya sangat-sangat berbahaya.
Avoid crowded areas and taking public transportation.
Okey, tips dia adalah korang kena minum air, kerap minum air dan makan vitamin dan bersenam setiap hari untuk menguatkan stamina badan.
Jikalau anda pada batuk ataupun bersin, jangan lupa untuk tutup bahagian hidung dan mulut anda supaya orang lain tidak mendapatkan virus tersebut.
Jika anda mengalami demam atau apa-apa kesakitan atau apa-apa jenis kelemahan, pastikan anda berjumpa dengan doktor dengan segera ataupun pakar perubatan. Bermula dengan saya dan juga korang, kita perlu bekerjasama untuk mengelakkan dan menghapuskan virus corona ini ataupun dikenali sebagai COVID-19.
Untuk kita orang ni rasa macam sakit hati jugalah sometimes. Dia buat macam kita orang ni rasa mau marah sama dia.
Hi guys, we are from Geek Fam. I'm 420.
Saya Abdul Hafiz. In-game name saya EVOS.
Saya Ahmad Syafiq Imran bin Muhammad, in-game name QB.
Saya Azmal, in-game name I Naoki.
Saya Irzam, in-game name Dingoz.
Okay, tim ni form dari PMNC Season 1. Tapi waktu Season 2 kami ada perubahan roster. Iaitu sekarang Brotherhood dengan TB baru masuk. Dan inilah tim Geek Fam sekarang.
Dari segi mentality dengan tactical semua sudah prepare. Sekarang fokus dengan individual skill dari segi communication dengan protection sendiri dan firepower doang.
Form penat, mental down, lack of sleep. Tapi overall kami masih excited mau main, that it will be fun.
Okay, actually just have one team, survivor for us, which is the one and lonely Yoodo Gang.
Sebab jumper terlalu comel untuk saya.
Traitor handsome, Mamparang tinggi.
Drax OP.
Okay, everything is well prepared. I'm the scouter. Eox is the support. Kibi also a support. Brotherhood is a sniper or flanker. Naoki is a rusher.
The scouter.
One and only
Okay, mati itu biasa lah orang bilang. Sebab kalau sudah ajal apa boleh buat. Sebab saya mati pun selalu sebab saya akan cek tempat tu. Kalau clear baru orang masuk. Our one and only Mr. Weng Wong, our handsome manager. Sebab selalu lepas kalau just in case kami tusun ke apa kan, dia selalu kasih sabar kami lah. Dia just macam bagi positive vibe. Kalau orang bilang bergaduh dengan Awe tu semua orang terjadi kan. Tapi kalau boleh itu benda macam tu kan tolak tepi lah dulu. Sebab bukan hal serius pun. Okay, biasanya akan jadi sometimes 8, sometimes 12 and sometimes lebih. Kalau yang lebih tu biasanya sebab kami start scrim dari jam 3 petang. Lepas tu rest, lepas tu jam 8 akan sambung lagi. Lepas tu jam 12 malam midnight scrim akan sambung lagi. So dia akan sometimes kurang, sometimes lebih.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PUBG Mobile Pro League Malaysia and Singapore 2020. All the snipes, all the long shots, micro Uzis are actually live from IO Esports Arena, and we have to have big thanks to our sponsors here, Tencent Games, PUBG Corporation, as well as Lightspeed and Quantum Studios. There's also Facebook Gaming. We're live on that official media partners as well. This is Choo Choo, and that is Cloud, and this is KBC, our guest for today for Sensei. And we are currently back on week 2, day 5, PMPL. That first game, Vikendi, wow.
Very wow indeed. I mean, this is not your preferred zone in Vikendi, but we have seen a lot of action-packed gameplays over there. We have seen H2O. I think this is like what Sir Cloud said earlier onwards. First time being in like, you know, so close for that chicken dinner. Unfortunately, they have to try harder perhaps in the next match, because Geek Fan Malaysia just tarnish all of their dreams and eventually get the another winner in the chicken dinner for themselves.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, H2O is the closest team to get a chicken dinner among the Singaporean teams. So, way to go, you guys. We still have other games there.
Yeah. None of the Singaporean players have themselves one chicken dinner. Not even landed one yet. I heard there's some rumors, some betting coming up soon. Like, who got themselves chicken dinner first? They actually win the biggest prize there.
I have no clue. Don't look at me, guys. I'm a guest of honor, by the way.
Trying to stand it out now, huh?
I'm the nice guy.
Oh, yeah.
The one who says them the nice guy. The one that tried to justify they are the nice guys. You should watch out for them.
Choo Choo speaking based on experience.
Oh man, what are you trying to say about my dark and twisted life?
I have no comment on that as well. But
thanks for roasting me. Thanks, Cloud. That's yeah. You know what? At least I'm still happy about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Why?
Nothing. It reminds me of my previous relationship, but never mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about relationships today. Today that seems to be the team running around.
Yeah.
Yep, back to H2O.
Yep.
They are actually the first Singaporean team, so I think they got themselves a top 5 just now.
H2O got 3rd place.
There you go.
There you go.
The first team to actually advance almost slipped. They just tiny slipped away of that chicken dinner off their hands. But back to Geek Fam, Yoodo Gang. What happened? They are losing their footings here.
I think Yoodo Gang earlier onwards, they unfortunately getting ganked by different teams. Kind of slow down.
Yoodo Gang got ganked. You see the pun? You see it coming?
Here comes the puns. But yeah, going back to what I just said, they got ganked earlier onwards and they did not have strength in numbers, and eventually it led to their demise, because there are other teams as well that are actually in the safe zone waiting and pouncing onto them anytime they try to step forward. And you did mention earlier what's gatekeeping. The gatekeeping from Bapak Esports was really good. Unfortunately, it did not work in hand. But look at that. Speaking of Bapak Esports, 57,000? 57,000 total damage.
Our mouth was quite big, wide in the open there, because it was they actually hit 100,000 mark there.
Wow. Mathematically, it's possible, because now it's just halfway throughout the league.
Correct.
If another half, we just times 2, definitely going to meet the 100,000 mark there.
I'm going into a mathematician now, don't you?
Yeah.
Mathematically speaking, mathematical, logical, there you go. The tongue twister game starts again. Still hot, Esport. When will they step up their game? Apparently, they are again in the sloping land of the bottom 16, which we want to see if they can actually make it out like H2O did.
Yeah, I feel like Steelhearts, they have to step up a lot in terms of their placement. I think that's number 1. And if they were to face against other opponents as well, they will need to take the fight straight up, whether it's going to be mechanically wise or strategically wise as well. It depends on them. Now, going back to XPERT MY Esport, they actually had a very good game, I felt, in the last round. Not sure which placing they actually finished, but they had a good game, and then they're all smiles and I think they are still trying to focus onto the upcoming games in hand. And, you know, going back, again, Vikendi itself, it's a very environmental style of map. It's a very nice map, yes, but depending on the nature of the zone, nature of the structure, whether it's going to be an urban warfare, it's going to be an open field game at the last few circles, it's all coming down to teams whether they can adapt as fast as possible.
Yeah, Resurgence on the other hand have been fair. It was only the first game though, but I do think that they played well in the first game. So I would say over the course of the 3 days that they have played, they are still fairly consistent. But I can't say the same for Captain Kuza and his team. It's really on off. There's one moment where he gets a chicken dinner for the entire team, and then one moment is like, oh, the first team to go out. Yeah, they really need to fix something there. They really need to find what made them successful when they got that chicken dinner again.
All Resurgence, the Geek fam, we do talk about Bapak here, are among the top tier teams, but now we're gonna have to speak about EVOS VIP for once. Apparently they have been slipping a lot in terms of the standing, climbing down, I won't say climbing down, falling down hard on that ladder standings there from the top 5 before, dropping down to top 15. I would say even specifically on 13 and 14 placement since yesterday. What happened to them?
Yeah, you know, going back to the skirmish that they had against, if I'm not mistaken, I couldn't remember the team really, unfortunately, but they got the first knockout, but then they could not follow it up.
Was it Last Survivor?
Or NR?
Yeah,
a team, NoRecoil probably. It was
NoRecoil, right? Yes, it's NoRecoil,
Yeah.
correct. And you know, like you said earlier onwards, they could have, you know, just removed themselves from the fight, you know, play for the placement, but they could not have a very, very quick decision making in terms of that, and eventually they were the first team to get eliminated. All hopes aside, I mean, hopefully they are able to bounce back from this tremendous this treacherous effort. And look at this, oh my goodness, they're just having fun, yo. Last Survivor, I mean, speaking of Last Survivor, they actually played a better game, I think, overall.
Oh, way better than first week, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They are one of those rising star teams, so hopefully they can maintain the momentum. Team NoRecoil, on the other hand, looks like a little bit up and down for them, so will be interesting to see how they perform in this next game.
Yeah, Team NoRecoil, one of the team that with most kill volume we're talking about. Remember for the week 1 overall standings, I still remember they have no chicken dinner on their hands, but still managed to push themselves at the top 8 there. If I'm not mistaken, specifically top 6. The only team that with no chicken dinner but highest volume of kill among the highest one, because apparently you know how much you need to kill, and making sure that you got top 10 with no chicken dinner is not an easy task to do, and most of the team on the first page there at least minimum got themselves at 2 chicken dinners.
That's the thing, true. You know, some teams they play it differently. Some teams they most likely want to go for higher placements. They want to depend onto the placement point. Some teams play a little bit more balanced, having kills and having placements in their hand. But for Team NR, and especially for today while I'm watching it for the very first time, they just go for kills after kills after kills, and they don't even care about their placement. No matter they're only 1 man down or maybe 3 men down, they still go for kills.
That's quite true. We already heard the players cheering up. It means that the lobby is ready to go. We will drop into one of the biggest map there is back to Miramar, the Dusty, but who will the one bite the dust later on? Because it seems like a lot of players already stepped up their games, especially the underdogs here, and invited ones. Will they still be quiet about this? Because apparently we are down to the last few days of second week. 1 more week to go. The widened gap has been proven, and speaking of, Team No Secret still holding the first placement here.
Correct. The gap will be real as we go into the 3rd week, definitely. And by that time, I would say a lot of focus will be between the overall standings, page 2 and page 3 by that time, to see which team will actually take over each other to qualify towards the finals. I'm sure by that time, those who are on page 1, they should be a little bit comfortable, but we'll definitely need to see the numbers again. But just from a rough understanding, they should have a level of comfort zone, I would say. So all eyes will definitely be on page 2 as well as page 3. And of course, these teams are getting locked and loaded. All the focus comes in. You can just see how they get ready. All smiles from Captain Kuza, but hopefully by the end of this match, he will keep on smiling.
He needs to keep that motivation going because they hit a big wall again. Resurgence apparently already overclimbed that wall, which they are doing great now. But EVOS VIP just dropped down and slopping back into that pit. But now we are gonna go into Miramar Game 2 for Day 5, Week 2. Overall days, Day 11 here on PMPL 2020 MYSG. Miramar, not an easy map to play with. Terrain will be super hard when you don't actually memorize them like the back of your hand. You will have a lot of problems.
Yeah, Miramar is going to be a very, very huge map. I think this is one of the biggest maps in the game. And of course, it's going to be very, very tactical, slow approach from the teams, a little bit more passive comparing to the other maps that we have indeed. And of course, featured players, we have Jaeger, Pemburu, San, and Kuza. And we did earlier mention that Captain Kuza and the rest of the team, hopefully they're able to step out. They have a total of 4 winner chicken dinners for this particular map, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, you know, they have to start already. They got to start somewhere new. Look at that.
The swag look on Janda when he had hair back then.
When he had hair, that is
when
the keyword.
When he had. And the only person is still not hitting the 3 digits. Come on, GK, the numbers keep on going. Everybody change their colors for the game observe. Thank you for our observers here. Great showmanship we're having for XCY, Zai, and GK or Engek. Top cats as well, still swagging, and a lot of love showering on Malay caster John the Hunter there. And well, if you translate it, it's literally Widow Hunter, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. The moment those pictures actually show up, the first thing that comes to my mind is his theme song.
Okay.
No, his stream theme song.
Yeah, you guys have to check his stream out for John the Hunter because his theme song, he made it himself, is quite awesome. But back to the game, boys. The flight path, the judgment day of the circle later on.
Yeah, you can see that it's going to be from south to north all the way up here. We're going to split the map into half. And the circle, okay, I kind of like this circle, even though I'm not sure about Choo-Choo. Later we will ask her a suggestion. But if you notice, right, a lot of teams, they are going to their respective loot zones. They don't really care much of the circle at the moment. But look at the northern side. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 teams, or maybe 5, to go up all the way to La Cabrera and perhaps towards the circle path.
I'll just cheer Choo-Choo up by saying that there's no way the circle will end up in Impala. So don't worry, Choo-Choo. I saw that.
You will jinx it the moment you say that.
Well,
I just don't trust Cloud no more. It's just no way. Stop. The moment you mention something, it will happen.
Wow.
This is why you call yourself the Caster's Curse Crew or something like that.
Curse. There you go. Hey, yay. All rainbows and shinies and everybody's dying the moment we mention their names. Back to Dingoz around Impala.
That should be your team song. That should be your team song, man.
Like what, people
no
die?
freaking way! I'm not gonna do that. Look at this afro on me. So
nice. Not gonna get the hair though.
No way. That's a fabulous hair. There you go. We're looking at marvelous one. But last survivor around Chumacera. I'm surprised Dingoz is not dropping Chumacera this time. Maybe because of the circle forced them to actually get himself quite in the center around Impala, which used to be Traitor spot.
Yep, used to be Trader Sport, but looks like it's uncontested at this point. They definitely did their homework, I'd say, on which spots are good to drop in at this point. And so far, the teams that we see on the map, they are unchallenged. Yoodo Gang on this part of the map, looks like 3 team members of them. Axis getting the vehicles up and moving from location to location.
Yeah, I kind of like while Yoodo Gang have that whole place for themselves. Able to share the loot among one of them, and then there's nobody to contest that particular placing. Now for Miramar, I think for Axis, I think the game plan is to, you know, perhaps go to smaller towns, get the vehicles, because again, Miramar is going to be a very huge wide map. Having vehicles in your hand is able to rotate yourself and your team easily to one map to another, or at least a town to another town, to collect those loot. Geek fam, at the other hand, they also have the whole town for themselves. So this is actually very, very well thought of for the teams to not get into confrontation earlier onwards and just keep on looting, keep the survival steady up to the momentum until the end of the last few circles.
I don't know. Based on this kind of formation done by Steelheart as well as Axis Esports, it all down to individual skills. That we do know they are actually up to par when it comes to individual skills, but when it comes to experienced player coming out clutching in the very critical moment, that's where everything is questionable. The way they play is segregating 4-man and meeting halfway. In case you guys miss Vikendi for match 1, it will be taken by Geek fam and already taken out by Geek fam for the first chicken dinner of the day. Right now, to be determined or to be actually seen here, Miramar from map 2. Proyecto is actually the place they're overlooking like now for EVOS VIP are occupying this compound. Speaking of what they are doing for the formations, Exits, they are segregating for 4-man, meaning halfway in the middle. But question is, if they got clashing into another team that happens to be one of the best fragger team, like for example Bapak at this state, can they hold it in? Because it will 1v4 or maybe 1v2. You know how firing power coming out from Bapak is really scary.
Oh yeah, the statistics have shown that 500,000, no, not 500,000, 50,000 damage from Bapak itself.
$500,000 is way too much.
Yeah, so sorry. Yeah, I was just thinking too much about the prize pool.
$500,000! It would be like, wow, $500,000 and like half of Earth is dying because of them, probably.
Yeah, we would have done this league for half a year straight down if you want to see those numbers.
Okay.
But again, on to Mos Goku, of course, team captain for his team. 5.5k total damage, 29 kills, 5 chicken dinners. They rack up like 3 of them in one day. That's like quite good that time.
In a day, yeah, absolutely. It really piqued my interest what he had lunch, dinner, and breakfast, obviously. Even dessert for the day as supper. But back to Team NoRecoil, we do know they are very aggressive. Like you said, KBC have been flushing one and take another one, dance another one, and making sure they are unstoppable in many ways, but always got pressured by the blue back then.
Yeah, I feel like Team NoRecoil, they are very good individually, and especially the team in terms of getting the kills and the frags, but you have to notice that this particular playstyle is going to be very taxing. It's going to be very exhausting as well, because you have to keep on being at optimal form to get those kills, mechanically wise, in terms of your angles and etc. So I feel like you gotta be playing to your most out of this for every single round.
The moment he mentioned form, this is not even my final form. I just had to say that out loud.
This is why you chuckle. You chuckle because of the form. Oh
yes,
my!
Because of that word really triggered me. Because of Gideon is not here today, he will not take that bait and just make me plead and beg for it. But I have to say it out myself today.
Yeah, none of us can repeat that. I have to agree with that. We have to leave it for the master himself. But of course, right now, look at the circle. Looks like Yoodo gang will need to make a move into La Cobera. No one's actually gatekeeping there, so that's actually fine for them. It depends from there. Do they want to go towards the north or towards the south? Drax is leading the charge from there. For the other teams as well, looks like no big gatekeeping happening except for the side of Geek fam, who may go into the valley in the middle, just beside Power Grid, may bump into XPERT MY. So XPERT MY got that covered. For Bosskurr, no one's there. Team NoRecoil looks like they will evade Bosskurr as well. Last survivor may rotate in later. ESG is way down south. A lot they will need to go through.
Yeah,
As I walk through the valley of death. You know that song, right?
Yeah, I remember that song.
Yep. As I
Gank
walk.
to Paradise?
Yeah!
As I walk to the valley, and there you go, I don't know anymore.
Oh man, we're about to hear a preview from Choo, but looks like, okay, we'll save that for next time.
Yeah, it's a valley of death. Sure is who actually trying to squeeze themselves in the circle. If they don't make it on time, we do know who get the highest peak of the mountain here. We'll get advantage in terms of gatekeeping. That's what they love about Miramar. It's all about down to terrain.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of which, I miss you singing, you know, so perhaps maybe one day we can get the song.
What was this? Where is this coming from?
Because especially
Where is this coming from?
map, tactical map like this, you know, we could enjoy your singing once in a while. Production, make it happen. But you know, going back to the game, teams are actually just driving the vehicles all the way up, and maybe perhaps we get our first skirmish here already. RSG, very close to Team Steelhearts Esports. And we did mention before to Steelhearts Esports, they have to step it up right now if they want to get any cushioning in the leaderboard. They saw Voki 1-on-4. This is going to be very tough. That's 1-on-3 here. Voki, what is your escape plan? He does have the UAZ, and he's going to try to bail out. Or maybe he's going to get his friends to be on one as well. Iron Pro is just side by side with him. Y2K at the other end of the hill.
Oh, Steelhearts now with the grenades go out. They try to flank it, but they are in a similar position. Iron Pro as well as Voki, they're starting to get down the hill slowly but surely. But then again, on the other side, we do know that Y2K have its eyes onto this side. So they have a sniper, they have 2 baits here, and then from behind as well. Likely to be Small Boy, may come in from any time. May rush in as well. Steel Hearts, yes, they do have the high ground at this moment, but are you capitalizing on this? This will be the big question.
Yeah, I think a lot of utility-wise will be used here. Micro Uzi is in his hand, but Wader will be knocked down straight on top of all that smoke. And Pan trying to actually give an extra hand here. Voki still throwing another nade at that. This Voki guy really is making everything hot for the side of Steel Hearts. Throwing one more. Imagine how many nades he has on his side. There you go. Explosion of the US. And now Voki trying to clutch it up from his side. Rushing it in. They got a couple of heads on Steel Hearts side there. But they are hesitating. Iron Pro trying to get from the flanks. Trying to corner from the side. Maybe Small Boy will coming up from behind as well. Voki rushing it out. Didn't manage to land any shot just yet. Actually, quite some time are taken by Resurgence here.
Resurgence, they're just playing the position game here. They don't really want to rush things up because again, they are denied by the information from the smoke grenades and they don't know what is the structure of Steel Hearts Esports. But then Small Boy getting the first knockout onto Papan already as Iron Pro comes in. He's going to knock down another one here. 2 members already down for Steel Hearts and now maybe 3 and leaving the last member alive. Wadu in no man's land. It will be an instant squad wipe.
Well, like you said, Cloud, they managed to get that higher ground, but the moment they were clumped up and kind of panicky, if you ask me, they don't know what they were doing back then. I'm sorry, but I have to say it out loud. They're kind of in a panicky moment where they just kind of stuck and not even trying to toss something. Utility-wise, maybe they are quite low in terms of that, but being pressured from all the side of Resurgence, that was a beautiful cornering coming out from Resurgence, taking that one whole squad wide.
That was exactly what we talked about yesterday. Like, okay, so you got the position that you want, you went for it, and then what's next? And that is again prime example of what happened. You got the high ground, you have the terrain to yourself, but then again, what's next for them? Just look at this. Okay, now we are moving on to Bapak. Looks like they will do a siege inside the house. They will go to the next floor. We do see here Kuza. Looks like he needs to make a run for it. Kuza, late on opening the door, will pay the price for it. And Kuza will need to make a crawl for it away. Manage to crawl out onto the side. They do not know Kuza is right there, but unless they do see from the outside, Bapak, they are sieging this location. They will overtake everything. Kuza just crawling on that side, still managed to hang on to the ledge.
Oh, will be a big disaster moment for VIP. EVOS VIP really need to come back from this. The rest of the team doesn't seem to want to jeopardize the position for the sake of their team leader here. Baba on the other hand trying to get for more. They are hungry for more kills. Based on Trick City, they try to make the calls, trying to go for the flanks, reposition himself, get a better angle and coverage. We're gonna have to wait and see for the judgment call has been dropped here. Al Azhar will be centralizing for the circle next. Bapak Jenny trying to just get himself a little bit more of the popping of a head. Over peaking will make one down for team. VIP Heikel try to clutch it out with the oh, there you go with the AKM. And for 1-6 Winston's one round, and it will be Bapak Jenny and Bosskurr just dropped from a higher ground. What happened?
Oh my goodness, this is gonna be very tough. If you are an EVOS fan here, not looking too good. Razor, he's the last member left alive. I think Kuza, he's gonna bleed out to death, becoming a box. And oh wait, Putra as well is actually in a very minuscular health. They don't have transport. In fact, their only transport is actually near Heiko, but Heiko is also knocked out. This is gonna be very tough for EVOS. If I was EVOS, I think just bail out. Just bail out, just go for the placement points.
Yeah, just bail out indeed. Even if you have these 2 members, just make a run for it. There's terrains to protect you, so that's the best thing to do. But look at this, last Bosskurr is coming in, but try to get a knock on the Trick City, but then again that misses out, and now Bosskurr, oh no, he will play the prize for staying right in the middle of nowhere. Trick City getting a shot on, now the grenade will explode in front of Trick City, now down to 50% life.
And now it's a 3-way wall. I don't know what the last survivor were thinking about, because apparently just crashed in the party without any warnings. But Baba Jenny really low on that. Ichong tried to pin him down. He needs to get some covers off that. And Baba Sis on the other end try to play with the terrain here. Apparently still going for it. VIP Razor, they are not building this one now. They knew there's one more team coming in. This will be actually a grateful moment for them, because it will be Holy Grail happen to be here. And Impunity joins in the fray. Jaeger caught up in between. Oh my goodness me, this cannot be more bizarre than it already has.
Hey, I mean, I predicted earlier onwards it could be a very slow tactical approach here, very little bit passive, but hey, looks like a lot of teams, they are in for that early fight. And now, Razor, Putra, the last two standing members. Oh my goodness, good jelly. It's gonna end the knockout alive here. They're gonna tank this blue zone. It's still tankable, especially if you have your stems and your boosters in hand. But then, rectify out of nowhere. Putra says hello, but now he's gonna rail out. He has to bail out already. There's no choice. I don't think he's gonna try to revive his teammate, or maybe I could be wrong.
Well, we'll definitely get to see here, but again, Putra getting a knock on, immediately get away to safety, but looks like he may meet up with another team, Last Survivor as well. They're on the same path. Will Putra go for it because Last Survivor is low on health? Team NoRecoil on the other hand, looks like Sidney will go on the Yoodo gang, and now Fredo is in trouble. Fredo is right in the middle of everything. Fredo with a spray, they will take out Fredo, and Sumner sends Fredo back to the lobby. Yoodo gang become team number 15 back to the lobby.
Everybody is just in a mess right now. Apparently they are quite panicking moment here. Fredo have to just bump up into one of Team NoRecoil. Happens to be very good when it comes to CJT. But back to the doors, Dingoz Sans MZ there. Trying to spin down Bapak, who happens kind of a lot of casualty with stuck up moment there just now. EVOS VIP, also Impunity. There's also so many teams. Last Survivor crash in at the last minute. Then Dingoz on the other side, having themselves quite a decent number of people here. Still all four men quite healthy and alive. Might just gatekeep Bapak at the last moment there. There's no way Bapak can march himself into the circle there.
Yeah, I mean, Bapak, I mean, they are already actually out of the safe zone, so they have to get into no matter what. And things has been chilled so far. We've seen a lot of engagements. We've seen a lot of skirmishes. We lost 2 teams already with another 38 players left alive. Oh, make it 13. Looks like TNR. I think they're out. They are out. They just got team wiped out by XP or Expert MY. Wow. Yep,
it's confirmed now with the graphics that Team NoRecoil, it's out at 14th place. Now the Dingoz will have Bapak R6 to deal with behind it, but at the same time, looks like EVOS is moving into the Last Survivor. Oh, Last Survivor RSG! They're taking on Ichong, yeah, they're taking on the high ground, and now Zix is also dropped down. NSP becoming the only team member of Last Survivor alive. The Putra on the other side looks like the small boy has the shots connected. A little bit there, but their eyes all onto Last Survivor. NSP now looks like managed to get the knockdown onto Iron Bro, but again, will that be enough? Bapak will be sent back to the lobby as well. Y2K coming from another angle. Does see NSP will be taken out by Y2K, and they will still hang on to this. Y2K being the only member of RSG will revive everyone else.
It was a close call coming up for Resurgence. They might actually lost that one whole team that took a big risk, high reward thingy. And apparently they did make that clutch out. But back to Geek Fam with a Bosskurr way around the corner. Only 2 men left. Couple of casualties done by Bosskurr. FV on the other hand got themselves quite a high ground there. But so many compounds and structure to work with for most of this team around Al-Azhar. Really not great if you didn't get manage to place yourself on the top of the mountain. But FV, yep, they got that mountain for themselves. Can they hold it out? Because we do know when it comes to the next circle, everybody will rush in from every angle possible, and this is the moment we're waiting for. Dingoz on the other hand with that mini 14 clipping Resurgence, making it hard for them to just even move or even take a breather.
Yeah, I mean, Resurgence, they recently just got the revive and they have to play through the circle as well. FV, meanwhile, getting some shots onto Geek Fam. Geek Fam, they do have vehicles in hand, but then will they decide to take this fight in front? And I think they're just going to bail out, you know, judging from the strategy coming in from Geek Fam in the previous round in Vikendi, they're just going to wait till the last few circles and to make their mark.
Yep, H2O, we do see them on the other side as well. They are trying to make their way to a safer place, but everyone is surrounding them to a certain extent. They do have the terrain to their advantage because they are out wide in the open with the terrains helping them out as well. And now we do see the circle. Looks like H2O is within the circle. No other team is in the circle yet except for Axis, who just arrived. FV will make their way into the circle. Geek Fam as well from another angle. So these are 4 angles being covered in the circle. The rest of the other teams, they are still outside of the circle. Geek fam do have a vehicle, and now we pan over to ESG, Bosskurr as well as XPERT MY, 3 teams in the same compound.
Dingoz just popped himself a bit too much with the overpeaking there. Managed to get one access. On the other hand, return back fight by Dingoz. They are trying to fight the dominance over this area of a circle. This terrain is really hard to play if you're not on top of that mountain, which AFV are apparently holding that one ground. But at the same time, it's kind of a valley right in the center smack in the circle. But there you go, everybody just have to play this open field area and not much structure to work with, only a couple of trees here and there, maybe some haystacks in between. But Resurgence trying to get it on GameFam, that's quite a really big risk. I am Pro popping himself way too much. Come on, in front it's GameFam as well. QB managed to clip him off, and now the rest of Team Resurgence on their knees. Not much memory left, and that's a clean kill by QB there. Y2K just across that hill. QB trying to approach it, but at the same time, there are so many teams closing down behind. There's also lots of other expert and if I'm not sorry, there was ESG coming up with last Bosskurr way at the same time coming up from the flanks here.
Yeah, look at that. Y2K just run away over there. He doesn't need to force the fight. It's going to be a losing battle as well. You're going to go up against 4 people there. And he's gonna bail out. Meanwhile, Damrud has already dropped down already from the members of Dingoz. Dingoz, they do have the supply crate. We did not see what was in the supply crate, but hey, at least there's a level 3 armor and helmet in their body. And you can see that Marcel, meanwhile, will pick up the M4 as here, looking, pre-firing here. Good choice, but he's gonna review his positioning, and that will be costly. QB coming in hot with the kill. We need the knockout first.
Yeah, it's definitely getting hard here because this valley is being surrounded by a lot of teams here. Just look at his bird's eye view. It looks like Dylan is in a little bit of trouble. And say that, looks like QB managed to knock down Pemburu there. Now Monster will be the next one to get knocked down by QB. QB is killing it at this point, and will be the third one right now. Hans trying to get away, but it looks like Hans will leave his vehicle. ESG will be the next team to bow out of this round, and Damru will finish out the job for QB, taking out Mozart in the smokes.
QB just have the best position so far. Apparently nobody is contending. He's not even punished at this point. Keep on spraying, pray and spray at that, and keep on getting kills as well. Kind of unstoppable. But at the same time, Bosskurr managed to place himself into the circle from the north. Kind of a clear pathway come out for H2O there. FV was forced to climb down that high mountain peak. While on the other hand, we have last survival, if I'm not mistaken. Axis MP there coming up from the side of this circle, which is on the east round. And MP Chick trying to get the visualization on Geek fam, who got themselves quite a number of kills. If I'm not mistaken, QB alone they probably will hit 10 kills mark if they manage to clutch this one out.
Yeah, I mean, Geek fam, this is their game plan. They have stocked up so much utilities, so much of the equipment, and this is their time to start the fight. If they want to get those kills, they want to balance out in terms of the placement. This is it. But Nainoki will get knocked out by Han, unfortunately. Did not see that coming. Smokes will be popped out as well. Can 4-2-0 go in for that clutch revive. Meanwhile, Damrud will be taken fire from Vahat, but then there is no clue or whatsoever as Afat looking for those kills, looking for information. Expert will be eliminated, will be sent out of the lobby as Afat continues on with the search of information, and now he's going to try to pick up that Scooby-Doo event. Get out of here.
And now let's see here. Geek fan, they're in trouble now. Sleep connects a couple of shots onto 4-2-0. QB now is knocked down. Sleep may finish off QB here. QB is now down to 10% of life. Will bleed out at the same time. We do see there on the left side, Bosskurr is actually just below the hut there. Sleep taking a couple of damages here from multiple angles. H2O is on the other side now, low side now. Afat will know that H2O is over there. Pengu has been spotted out. Afat throws out the grenade on the other side, throws out the smoke on the other side, but looks like us will be spotted out by Afat from the high ground, will be knocked out, and it will be sent back to the lobby. Another 3 team members of H2O still alive. They will need to hang on for this FV. They will try to get into the circle because the circle will close in on them.
H2O bow down this time on their 6th place there. Bosskurr kind of stuck in the small hut. 4-2-0 is just have to make it out as well. apparently don't have that much structure to work with their only small heals here as covers. I think Axis is having quite a good placement, but then at the same time Dingoz is just having their flanks, only a GG left, but he is giving a tough time, making sure he got one more kill. Kuda is down, there's only one man left for Axis, but V on the other hand kind of get this one out quite well. They got it quite perfect because apparently they are having most men here. Manpower wise, they are having the advantage, but Bosskurr, Geek fam will be bowed down back as well on 5th place. We're down to top 4 teams here. Han actually just having that small heart, but he will be forced out because, like it or not, the next 40 seconds they will close down in a very painful blue circle, which will be the 7th phase.
Yeah, speaking of strength in numbers, Team FV, they are unbeatable in terms of those numbers. Whether or not can they translate those numbers into victory, that will be the key important thing. Grim is going to risk his life going into the next supply crate, most likely stocking up. I don't think there's a need to change or stuff, and he has the ghillie suit. Meanwhile, Axis, they started the fight, they took down one member of FV. Afat will fall victim, and now FV, what is their plan? What's their go-to move? Chicks looking down again. Can the rest of the members of FV go in for the revive, or they just let Afat bleed to death?
Oh, it's possible that they need to let Afat go, because just look at this position right now. If they go to Afat without any smokes, they will be exposed. Even if they have smokes, do they want to use it just to save Afat? Will it be worth it because they'll be pinned down in a small stone? But look at this. Grim, he has his eyes on Han. And let's see, will Grim go for it right now? Grim is just waiting for the right moment. He knows that Han is just moving in and out, strapping in and out behind that stone. And now Grim will go for it, and the Russian onto Isaac, but Grim gets the knockdown. Not looking good for him, but Slim comes to get the revenge onto him. Slim a little bit more, just need to clip it. Slim managed to get the revenge on, and looks like Grim will be revived.
That was a non-helmet situation, and great call of no recoil whatsoever done by Aikido and the rest of Team FV just now. But Slip, that man, he just making sure he didn't miss any of the shots. That spray was miraculously right on point by MP check here. Got his eyes on Aikido, got return back damage straight away, punished. Almost last clip of HP being left there. They're down to top 3 here. Oh, there you go, Aikido. Still going at it. He knows what Chick is thinking, and it's rushing in. He's trying to get the visualization. Maybe just one pop out of hack will actually knock him down on the side of Dingoz. GG still holding on to the top 3 here, trying to toss that nade. Will it kill up? And on check, will it be a Kobe? He's winning! It's down! Dingoz out! Top 2 teams on heavy. Aikido making sure they got themselves a top 2. One more nade will be dropped on a GG here. He kind of stands it up with the footsteps on the map. A GG will force in the blue. There's not much structure to work with. He will force himself inside of a circle if he needs to. They will charge right in. They know it's 2v1 situation. Grim trying to get on the up front. Already just popped some smokes here. Aikido trying to get the flanks. They're trying to march right in. FV Grim, can he make it up for Ajiji, who's trying to play around this narrow corners around the stone here. Ajiji trying to pull it off. He's trying to just get that visualization. Headshot. Can he make it down for Ajiji? Clutch this one out by himself.
Yes, the FV need to use that 2-for-1 benefit into their favor. They do have utilities as well. Ajiji, he's only playing the sitting duck game at the moment. If he can change this to a 1 versus 1 situation, it's possible for RGG to win the winner chicken dinner for Dingoz. Unfortunately, look at the blue zone. It is not looking too good. They are just camping here. RGG, he will have to soak up the damage. I think he's going to self-sacrifice himself. He's going to deny the points. He's going to deny the points.
Even deal with that healing game, but denying the point is one thing, making sure they got themselves at second place. But FV, Chicken Dinner holding that position quite strong, like I said before. As long as you got the highest peak of the mountain and that last circle to play with, you will ensure yourself with that Chicken Dinner.
I was worried earlier onwards because FV, remember of the strength in numbers, whether they're going to translate it to a victory. They lost not 1 but 2. That worries me a bit because they are trying to take those 1 versus 1 fights. A lot of times where we see teams that have a lot of members in their hands, they just tend to go in carelessly. They say, oh, okay, we have strength in numbers, we're going to go in one-on-one, but they didn't realize that, hey, perhaps there are other teams that are waiting for them, and slowly but surely the numbers does diminish. Thankfully for them, they managed to couple up together, they managed to hold on the ground, 2 against 1, and they managed to choke down the last team and get the chicken dinner from there.
I think give heads up to Sleep just now, who just overwatched all the way for every single team that they were fighting 1 versus 1 just now, like KBC said. He's the one who making sure they secure the kills.
Correct, absolutely right. If not, Grim got knocked down when he went for that 1 kill after securing the ghillie suit. But after that, it's a good follow actually from Sleep. Without Sleep, they would probably have lost their captain and also very likely to have lost that round. But good movement, good coordination, I would say overall. And overall, again, they really needed this win. We saw just now from the camp like how they did that group hug together. That's what they actually always do. Whether they win or they lose, they will do a group hug and try to lift everyone up.
They got themselves quite a momentum, a good one that time, and they did quite well in the script. The screen game really matters a lot for most of these teams because apparently that's where they got their momentum going on to. But in case you guys missed it, let's go into the highlights straight away just for a recap.
And looking at the recap here, it's a little bit slower in terms of pacing. We can see that the circle is actually segregated at the top side of the map, more towards the east side, northern area. I hope Choo Choo is happy with that. But then, yeah, happy. Anything that doesn't resolve in water. But you know, RSG, they started things hot. They went in, then they managed to eliminate Steel Hearts instantly. They were the first team to get eliminated, and unfortunately, I have to say the Caster's Curse, because we try to tell them, hey, this is the time, this is the time.
Okay,
Too
the
bad.
thing is, we do know that Steelheart has the upper hand in terms of that terrain just now. But when it comes, is it down to individual skill or just miscombat?
I just don't know, because we have seen this multiple times across multiple games that you got what you wanted, yeah, you got the terrain, but then what's next? You just freeze there, and then of course your opponent's going to take advantage of you. That was just another prime example again. So I think they need to work on confidence, on okay, what's next? Yeah, you got it, you got what you want, you got the high ground. Well, what's next, right? So I think there needs to be maybe a third party to tell them that okay, you guys need to just do it.
Just do it. Just do it. There you go.
I like it. I like that. I like that. Yeah, moving on to a different perspective, we have Resurgence. Resurgence, this round, they got a lot of kills. They were actually like the previous round of Team NoRecoil, just getting kills, getting the momentums on. Unfortunately, they got knocked out easily as well. I think it was a little bit tough because you notice that the final few circles were actually in an open field. I love this kill coming in from QB, just ending out the Resurgence, last Resurgence member alive, trying to run away from there. And FV initially gave me a little bit of a heart attack, but all things end well.
Oh yeah, all things end well. And this is the moment where Grim was knocked down and Sleep just had to come on the other side and managed to help his captain. So that was a really good move with Sleep. Not having a helmet at all, that was a really risky play, but it paid off at the other day. And of course, this is that grenade by Akido, just point blank getting that kill. Perfect play indeed. And again, we shall see the group hug, guys, and this is well deserved. They really needed that win.
Jumping to the standings right now, Geek Fam still hold themselves the first positioning here, 41 point, 14 kills of that. But FV climbing up a long way up there. FV Unbeatable on second place, 8 kills, 33 points, and goes down to Last Survivor and Dingoz. This is interesting, 9 kills, both the same. Same goes for points here. Quite interesting play done by Last Survivor, who shoot themselves quite a lot this round.
Yeah, and then after that we have Dingoz MZ with 24 points, Resurgence on 23. They got a lot of kills on that last round, so kudos to them to make it into the top 5. Bapak Esports drop a little bit down to 22 points. Number 6, number 7 will be Team NoRecoil, and number 8 will be Team H2O.
Oh yeah, the boys from H2O making it on to page 1!
Because they got the water into the circle just now. They need a little bit of water, but down to page 2, XPERT Esport on 60 points. XXMBX 15 points with 10 plays. Team Bosskurr 12 points. 12 placement. Impunity SG 8 points. The Yoodo GANK is having 7 points overall. ESG Gaming 5 points. Still Hearts Esport 15 plays 4 points. EVOS VIP 2 points, no kill, 16 plays, really?
Were they the second team to get eliminated, or maybe perhaps the
third? Probably the first. Apparently,
yeah,
don't
the first.
Even get
they were
any
the
kills.
first. Oh, because I'm pretty sure that Steelheart was first early on. But yeah, again, early exit lah.
Yeah.
What?
If
Why?
not the first,
What? What?
It's very unusual to see them at the last spot, definitely. But looking at the overall match stats, Insomnus with 6 kills, same goes with 6 with 6 kills. Just so happens. Wow.
666 right.
Okay, and 5 kills each for QB, Damru as well as Voki. Well, KBC, you got a little bit of her singing there. It's halfway.
Yeah. I'm getting what I want. Choo singing us for live on the stream. But we have to wait for it. We have to wait for that. And of course, you can see the marker here. It looks like FV Unbeatable, the team that got a winner chicken dinner. They were actually placed across the inner circle earlier onwards. So they did get a considerable amount of loot. I assume that they are not contested during that particular part. And of course, they managed to end up. Fun fact, if you did notice on Vikendi, where Geek Fam also landed in the circle, the first circle earlier, they got the winner with the chicken dinner as well.
So, do you get yourself a shaman to have a hand to kiss on to make sure you're at the center of the circle? But well, that was the second match for today. Back to Miramar just now, but we will go back dive in later on because, like we said, predictions for the last circle of the next Miramar, will it be actually falling onto the same dot of that circle or not?
Well, okay, so KBC, what do you say about it? We want to test the caster's curse as well, right? There you go. Testing it out.
Oh, third time to charm. It's gonna be whoever lands on inside the circle will get the winner with the chicken dinner.
Everybody lands on the circle then, hopefully.
Yeah, because you won't know sometimes, right? Because the circle comes out later. The moment you pop out, it's like, oh, the circle's there. Bye, circle. Bye.
Last thoughts, KBC?
I feel like the teams, especially from the bottom tier teams, they have to really step up, especially for EVOS VIP and Steel Hearts. Hopefully they do as good as possible.
Yeah, there you go. You got your thoughts there from all the casters. That's the cursed one. There you go. But we have to wait and see what they have actually in their mind for every Unbeatable. Let's go to Nick Count. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for game number 2 of the PUBG Mobile Professional League Malaysia and Singapore 2020. We're still coming to you live from IO Esports Arena. We would like to thank our sponsors, Tencent Games, PUBG Corporation, as well as the Lightspeed Quantum Studios for supporting us here. Week 2, day 5, a beautiful, wonderful Saturday. Geek Fam may have won in game number 1 with 9 kills and a 6 total winner chicken dinners. However, for game number 2, it was every Unbeatable looking to live up to their name with a total of 8 eliminations and 2 winner chicken dinners. Without further ado, let's invite from every Unbeatable onto the stage, Afan! Alright, so I'm here with Afan, the man himself. 2 winner chicken dinners, 8 eliminations. How do you feel? I'm pretty sure that this isn't, I'm pretty sure that you want more wins, more chicken dinners. Why has it been very tough for your team to get winner chicken dinner throughout these 2 weeks here at PMPL?
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So, banyak juga halangan sebenarnya untuk chicken dinner ni, tapi belum kami tak cukup selesa lagi lah. So kami akan berusaha lagi depan ni untuk dapatkan lagi lebih chicken dinner.
Alright, so 3 times he said praises to God, praises to God, praises to God, just to get everything clear. And of course, for him, he was saying that it's been a very tough ride. There's been a lot of challenges. They are struggling, they are working really hard to be improving themselves, but at the same time, the other teams are making it really tough for them to actually score some big wins. How important was it for your team to win in game number 2 here today?
So kalau tengok result kan, kita orang selalu memang sekarang yang kira rendah lah point. So kiranya chicken dinner yang ni memang sangat berharga lah untuk kita orang, untuk kekalkan lagi nama tim dalam ranking buat.
Alright, aside from the morale factor and keeping motivations high for the side of every Unbeatable, they had to make sure that they maintained their position and they maintained their name higher up in the rankings. So it was imperative for them to score the winner chicken dinner here today. Now, the final few circles was outside Al Azhar, Dingoz, as well as your team, Geek Fam and Axis were some of the teams. Your team had a 4-man advantage. Walk us through everything that happened towards the winner chicken dinner.
Yep, so memang kita orang ada 4 orang asalnya. So memang jaga each other lah. Tengok belakang aku, kau tengok belakang aku. So kalau memang bocor, memang kena marah lah. So itu je lah, tengok sama sendiri. Jaga sama sendiri, insyaAllah.
Alright, so God willing, they had to just work it out with the 4-man advantage that they had. They had literally made sure that they had to cover each other on every angle that they were. If the flank folded, there would definitely be a little bit of post-game discussions after this. Maybe with a little bit of strict selling off. However, thankfully, the team was able to win it with a 4-man advantage. Before we go, do you have anything to say to your fans at home or anything else?
Okay, so terima kasih pada yang tak jemu-jemu yang masih support kita orang walaupun ada yang cakap kita orang masih down. Actually, chicken ini memang untuk korang semua and thank you semua yang support and also thank you lah pada sponsor. Oh no, thank you.
Oh wow. That's a very football thing to do, definitely. To all the fans out there, he was saying that I know it's very hard to support you guys, to support us, but we're trying really hard, and we would like to thank our sponsor, which is right here. I don't think that needs any translation right there. So I guess that's it from us here. Would you like to know if every Unbeatable wins the next game? Join us for game number 3 right after this.
Hello, saya Naoki dari tim Geek Fam.
Hello, nama saya Parang daripada tim Yoodo Gang.
Saya Bosskurr daripada Bigetron.
大家好，我是 Team NoRecoil 的 Stone-K.
Hello, I'm Kuza from VIP Squad.
Saya Han X daripada tim Bosskurr. Ya, saya Amy Muhammad.
Hi guys, I'm Chichu Gaming.
Hello guys, saya Erangel.
Hi, saya J Hunter.
Hey guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the PMPL. My name's Contra and I am the caster as well as the operations manager for Resurgence. So as you all know that there is a virus spreading around which is the COVID-19. So here are some tips to stay safe during this critical moments.
So langkah yang pertama, korang kena basuh tangan selama 20 saat menggunakan air dan sabun.
Langkah kedua adalah menggunakan hand sanitizer bila anda tidak dapat membasuh tangan.
若没能洗手，可以使用含有酒精成分的消毒剂来洗手。
Nombor 3, elakkan memegang mata, hidung dan mulut korang ketika tangan korang kotor.
Jika batuk dan bersin, tutup mulut dan hidung menggunakan tisu.
Pakai mask jika anda pergi keluar ataupun anda pergi ke tempat yang ramai orang. Jika anda tidak pakai, sememangnya sangat-sangat berbahaya.
Avoid crowded areas and taking public transportation.
Okay, tips dia adalah korang kena minum air, kerap minum air dan makan vitamin dan bersenam setiap hari untuk menguatkan stamina badan.
Jikalau anda berada batuk ataupun bersin, jangan lupa untuk tutup bahagian hidung dan mulut anda supaya orang lain tidak mendapatkan virus tersebut.
Jika anda mengalami demam atau apa-apa kesakitan atau apa-apa jenis kelemahan, pastikan anda berjumpa dengan doktor dengan segera ataupun pakar perubatan. Bermula dengan saya dan juga korang, kita perlu bekerjasama untuk mengelakkan dan menghapuskan virus corona ini ataupun dikenali sebagai COVID-19. Korang, kita perlu bekerjasama untuk mengelakkan dan menghapuskan virus corona ini ataupun dikenali sebagai COVID-19.
Orang mungkin telah pun di knockdown oleh bom tangan beliau sebentar, tapi